What is up, Texas A&M Aggies fans? IndyCar Timm here with your Texas A&M Aggies Blitz for today. It is Wednesday, November 1st, and the Aggies are prepping for the Ole Miss Rebels. They kind of snuck out of Kyle Field Saturday with the win. I feel like it wasn't the ugliest of wins, but it was not definitely the prettiest of wins, I don't think. But you know what? In the Jimbo Fisher era, a win is a win is a win. I will take it, certainly. They don't have to be pretty. I would just like there to be more of them, I think, as the season goes on. I don't know how you feel about that. But the Aggies are on the road against Ole Miss, headed to Oxford. They play, I think it's a noon game. Probably shouldn't have said that because I don't know for sure what it is. And I wrote the article about it, and I still can't remember. But against Ole Miss, and we're not going to get into game predictions. We'll do that a little bit closer, probably on Friday. There is a dubious distinction about this game that the Aggies have a chance to nullify here, as the Aggies have not won an actual SEC road game in, well, now it's over 2 years, 2 calendar years. We're not counting the annual Southwest Classic against the Razorbacks at AT&T Stadium in Arlington outside of Dallas because, of course, that's a neutral site game. It's not necessarily a road game. So the difference is the last time the Aggies won an actual road game, October 16th, 2021. Against who? Well, it was a 35-14 win over the Missouri Tigers in Columbia. They then closed out that season and in 2021, as you may remember, with losses to Ole Miss. And then the last game of the season, a loss to LSU. That Missouri win was the very last road win for the Aggies in the SEC. And I feel like it's kind of a microcosm of things, the way things have gone for Jimbo Fisher since he's been here. You perform well against the teams you should perform well against, and you sort of struggle at times against the teams that you shouldn't be. I don't know. I can't explain it. Jimbo Fisher is supposed to be this offensive genius, and I don't want to get into Jimbo bashing. That's something new for me, but when I do it, I usually can't stop. But I just feel like it's kind of a microcosm of his tenure here. Their season is done, and for the original goals for college football playoff, which now seems ridiculous that you would even have that goal if you're the Aggies headed into the season. But, the goal Jimbo Fisher stated now heading into Ole Miss was to be bowl eligible. Well, you're 5-3. You just need one more win to be bowl eligible. You've got Ole Miss on the road, Mississippi State at home, Abilene Christian at home, and LSU on the road to finish off the season on November 25th. Of course, the Abilene Christian game at Kyle Field, if nothing else, will make you bowl eligible. But I don't know if you guys have seen this. We're not getting into this too much either. Monday, in his press conference prepping for the Aggies, Lane Kiffin, the head coach of Ole Miss, kind of poked some fun at Jimbo Fisher. While he praised the entire roster up and down the Aggies roster, offense, defense, and he named Edgerrin Cooper. He's playing like a SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and he's not wrong. He praised the Aggies roster up and down, and then he poked fun at Jimbo Fisher, that it's amazing that with that talent and that roster and those players, the goal is just to be bowl eligible. And then he sort of said, if we can stop that from happening, then all the better for them, for Ole Miss. So, for all the crap that Jimbo Fisher gets from Lane Kiffin, and I'm not a Lane Kiffin fan, it kind of deserves it with some of the things that comes out of his mouth. But anyway, the Aggies lost 7. They've lost 7 in a row in SEC games on the road. They're hoping to break that in Oxford this weekend. Again, no predictions. We'll get into that later in the week. Maybe on Thursday or Friday, I'll do my prediction show here on the Aggies Daily Blitz on FanStream Sports. But, however long Jimbo's tenure continues to be here in Aggie land, and I don't think it's going to be very much longer. Don't come at me with the buyout. I know what the buyout is. Everyone knows what the buyout is. The Aggies have the money, and at some point they're just going to have to say enough is enough. We got duped. We got pranked when we hired Jimbo Fisher because it is not working. It's not going to work. It's not going to get better. So those are my thoughts. But when he does leave, when he's gone, look at his road record with the Aggies in SEC play, and that's going to be one of the reasons. He just could not get the Aggies over the hump, and it is what it is. So hopefully this streak will break on Saturday against Ole Miss, and he can laugh at Lane Kiffin from the other sideline from across the field and maybe give him a little, nut punch at midfield when they shake hands. Maybe just a little, you know how we do. You know how boys do. Maybe you don't, but that's what they do. Anyway, I'm IndyCar Timm. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll do it again tomorrow or tomorrow or Friday with another Texas A&M Aggies Daily Blitz right here on FanStream Sports. Find us at fanstreamsports.com, our YouTube channel, anywhere you get your podcasts. And until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.